All right, Silvana, you want to kick off?
Absolutely. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Silvana Patrick. I'm a personal stylist and a personal brand expert based here in Sydney, Australia. So for those who don't know me, I'd like to give you a brief overview of my background. Started my career in fashion when I was very young and have a fashion degree. So I'm a fashion designer by background. Had a couple of jobs in magazines in Brazil in a big textile company, and then my last job in fashion was in Vogue US. So it happened up very quickly, but at the same time that it happened, it finished because I didn't like the industry. So I got back home, I got myself another degree in business and entered the corporate world. Stayed there for 15 years and now being running my consulting business as an image consultant for 10 years in 3 different continents. So that's a little bit, long story short, my trajectory. And the reason that I like to highlight that I worked in the corporate world is because in hindsight now I see that those years, although I was not my passion, they served for a reason. I learned the hard way, the importance of image in life, and very importantly in the corporate world. So with that experience, and nobody helped me, right? I didn't have anybody to help me. So that provided me with a lot of experience that I can now use to help my clients with their image and show them, how important it is, personal branding. And here I am, after all these years, I finally hang in there and pursued my passion, and I couldn't regret a single bit. So personal brand has come to stay. It's no different in 2020. And I think it's even more important in 2020, given that we're more exposed on a visual level. So your personal brand starts with your image, which is its core. We're only focusing on the image aspect of personal brand here. Therefore, it's of paramount importance that you get it right. Like it or not, like I said, it came to stay and there's no way around it. Otherwise, if you don't get it right, you might run the risk to close doors and not being able to showcase your other abilities. So differently than many people may think, it's not just for those who run a business or are building a career, it's for everyone. So in this workshop, Kobe and I wanted to take you one step deeper and took a more holistic approach to it and explore health and overall well-being. Obviously, there will be very practical steps as well, so don't you worry. I hope you enjoy, and over to you, Kobe.
Hi guys, welcome and thank you so much for joining us tonight. And like Silvana said, we just wanted to provide a bit of our knowledge, both holistically, with a look into how you can enhance and emerge into your new personal brand. And truly, throughout this talk tonight, we'd love you to think about what your personal brand means to you, who you are in this world, how do you want to show up, and we're going to give you some tools and tips across 2 different industries as to how to kind of enhance that and get the most out of your personal brand. Just to introduce myself for those who I have yet to meet, I'm Kobe Gowland. I'm an executive area manager with Arbonne International, and I'm so thrilled to be coming to you from the wellness industry. We are a 40-year-old health, wellness and beauty brand, and I absolutely love talking to people about living consciously through healthier habits. And so tonight we're going to just talk through everything that we know about creating your new personal brand. So without further ado, we're going to just kick off now. and talk through a little bit about our foundation and what's at the core of who we are. What do we want to bring to the world? What do we want to show to the world? And we really, ultimately, everyone wants to showcase their very best self. And truly, Silvana's going to talk through a lot about dressing yourself, and I'm going to talk a little bit to you about the foundations of our body, our skin, and how we can enhance that with our makeup. So really, your personal brand really does start from within. So inner and outer health and wellness is truly where we need to start. So having that positive mindset, a strong body, and a strong image for who you are. And there's no prescription what that should look like. Everyone is individual, and it's just about kind of bringing that individuality out within you. So creating your signature look, whether it's like bare skin and a red lip, or a full face including highlighting and contouring, or just absolute fresh skin, either which way, it's really just the beauty equivalent of creating your signature look or your signature style, and the key representation of your own personal style, which is just, absolutely unique to you. Just like defining our own personal style, developing a signature makeup look or skincare style also is so very individual. And I truly believe that your own personal style begins from within, like we just mentioned. So how you fuel your body, what your daily habits are in creating a healthy routine for yourself, priming your mind to start your day well, putting the right foods and drink into your body so that you're hydrated and fueled for the day ahead, and creating healthy habits overall with a beautiful look at your wellness. And then that's going to kind of exude, obviously, your skin is your biggest organ. So what we put in our body does matter. And then what we put on our skin as well, to kind of create that finished look, and create healthy habits. And just think here about what your why is and what your purpose is and what value you really want to add to the world. And so we're going to just talk through a little bit about our brand story. So, healthy looking skin isn't really an accident. It's a result of understanding your skin type and creating a healthy regime in skin and nutrition to meet your needs. So something very simple like cleanse, treat, and protect is crucial. So we have to cleanse that skin day and night to get rid of all the impurities, and all the kind of environmental toxins that live around us. And then we have to kind of nourish that to, nourish the skin from, beautiful, looking after your serum and your eye cream and things like that. And then we protect the skin. So we're using our moisturization and our hydration to focus on radiant skin that's firm and smooth and it's hydrated with a general overall glow. And that really comes from, your nutrition too. So, we focus truly, our products are mainly, everything is plant-based, and it's the best of science and nature combined to give you results. So setting a foundation for healthy insides and a healthy mindset for healthy skin really begins your daily journey for showcasing your personal brand. And I'm going to hand over to Silvana now, and she's going to talk about kind of knowing yourself, really.
Yes, absolutely. I think nothing looks good, regardless of, what you could be wearing the most beautiful clothes, but if you're not looking healthy and you're not looking after your skin, and, like style doesn't stop from, the neck up, like it's a continuum. So well-being is extremely important. And then, you don't need a lot to wear if you're feeling well, and that shows. Actually, that becomes a bit, even a bit secondary. However, nothing starts without the knowledge of our body type, and in terms of how you dress. And the reason why we need to know our body dress is because we want to create this so sought after visual balance. That's all there is to style, is to create a visual balance. And we want to counterbalance our body type and mimic the ideal female body type, which changes throughout the years. Used to be the curvy woman back in the day, and then it became the very, skinny. It's still, in the fashion industry, it's still a bit of a dictation there that you have to be that skinny and all. But overall, today it's more an hourglass body type, which is, the shoulders in line with the hips combined with the defined waist. That's what we want to mimic. So for example, if women tend to be more on the pear side of, body type due to hormone constitutions, shoulders narrower than the hips, you may or may not have a defined waist. What we want is counterbalance the lack of volume that you have in your hips to your shoulders. And then you might ask, oh, but then I'll look bigger. No, you will look more harmonious. When you add volume where there's lack of, then you create balance. When you add unnecessary volume where you don't need it, then that's where you look bigger. So if you are on the opposite side, have wide shoulders and flat hips. And then you have to keep it simple, keep the top simple part. And by simple, I mean no detailings, no frills, no patterns, just keep it, dark, solid colors preferably. And then you put the volume at the bottom part to counterbalance that. We're gonna see in the next slide how it works in practical, with practical photos. So you have this beautiful five beautiful girls here, and it shows that a lot of diversity. We are different, and everybody has little flaws and assets. So another trick is to enhance our assets and camouflage our little flaws. So that's what these girls are doing beautifully, and using all the elements of style available. The elements of style are fabrics, patterns, cuts, fits, and so on and so forth. So the figure is behind them. So you know what body type they have because they're camouflaging it so well that perhaps you don't even know what body shape they have. So that's the goal. The goal is exactly that you don't know what body type I have because I'm so balanced, natural balance. So the first girl was a bit more on the round side, and she's elongating the figure. That's key. So you can elongate by wearing, V-neck is really important if you have large breasts. Elongate your legs. Your legs is very, very good trick. White, straight pants, dark, solid colors, no detailings, no pockets, no patterns, no pleats, and then vertical lines, and finishing off with pointed toes, which is very elongating. The second girl, she's more on the pear side, so she's lacking a bit of volume here at the, so yes, she's a bit more hourglass, sorry. So she's accentuating her waist. When you have a waist, highlight that all the time because that's very slimming. So, and she's keeping, all the other parts simple, and by simple, I mean, the legs, straight leg pants, and not a lot of detail. She's not adding a lot of volume at the bottom part, just a little bit of frills just to counterbalance the lack of volume at the shoulder area. The third girl she's an inverted triangle, so she's got wide shoulders and flat hips, so she's putting all the volume at the bottom part and keeping the top part simple. The next girl, she needs a bit of structure in her shoulders, and she wants to highlight the waist that she has, and by wearing the cinched jacket, and again, elongating the legs. Most of us could benefit from elongating our legs, right? So wear dark solid colors at the bottom if you want, if you are bigger at the bottom part. So whenever it's not color from head to toe, it's not black from head to toe that will make you look slimmer. It's a combination of colors with black that will have that effect. So wherever you are bigger, you wear black and then you put some color in the opposite part to counterbalance that. And the fifth girl, she's obviously a skinny girl. She doesn't have a lot of curves, and she's wearing an oversized top to create a little bit of more structure there and a bit of volume where there's none. And she's wearing skinny jeans, pretty much the only type that can get away with skinny jeans. And she's very tall as well. So a little bit of tricks there and how, you know, all the elements of style can work into create a visual balance. Another thing we have to take into consideration is counterbalancing the body shape is extremely important, but also very important is to think about the proportions of the body. So a good ratio is 1/3 for the top and 2/3 for the bottom part. So that's a sweet spot there. If you get the ratio wrong, you get it a little bit, it doesn't look as good. So pay attention to the top part in proportion. So you're gonna play with your waist area a little bit, regardless, you know, regardless if you are long torso or short legs or the opposite. So that's extremely important to have in mind as well. When it comes to personal branding, one of the key words is authenticity. You have to be yourself. And we often see things like that. The next slide, please. Look, we are so exposed to social media and bombarded with images of people dressed so well, and you know, like it's easy to fall into the trap of, you know, like, okay, I don't know how to dress, or I love what she's dressing, and I might as well just copy what she's doing. But not only in personal brand, but in life, if we copy someone, we're just a copy, we're just a follower, and we lose our power. That your authenticity is your major strength. It's what makes people who love you, right? They love you for who you are, not because you're trying to be somebody else. So that's extremely important that we put that in perspective. Nothing wrong. Who wouldn't like to look like Victoria Beckham, right? But we have to know that she's Victoria Beckham. She's got a different body type. She's got a different lifestyle, budget, and everything else, complexion. And so put the attention here, right? Think about who you want to be, and you already are, but put more thought on that. Think about how you want to be perceived and how, I think most importantly, how you want to perceive yourself. But know that when we are influenced by what people perceive us, how people perceive us, but that's in our charge, right? That's in our power. We can change that when we have the awareness. But what happens in many times is that when we as women, we take too much, right? We put everybody and everything first. It's a lot on our shoulders. And I believe that the reason for that is because we generally don't think we deserve we think, you know, like it's not important, something is more important, someone else is more important. We don't think we deserve in most time, you know, in most cases. And that generates a lot of stress, you know, a lot of guilt and things that we've been accumulating, and there's no need. So start putting yourself first. It's not being selfish. When you are well, you are a better person in all aspects of your life. You're a better mom. When you're in good mood, you're a better wife and professional. But when you put too much stress on your shoulders, more than life already brings to us, it's unnecessary and only adds to our detriment to our health. So let's put ourselves first.
I love that, Silvana, and I think it's so incredibly true. You know, as women, we put a lot on ourselves to be the best mother, the best person, the best employee, the best entrepreneur, and I think that the stress can build up. So it's really coming back to that foundation of who we are and how we feel from the inside out. And I love this. You know, that the body will achieve what the mind believes. So if your mind's muddled with too much going on and you're not true to yourself on the inside, you know, then so many stresses can come to you. So be authentically you, you know, in your personal brand. It has to be you. Be the best version of yourself. So, you know, obviously the stresses in life come up, and it's how we deal with them and how we manage them and how we stay mentally well and fit through everything. So I love this quote, you know, when you give your body the best possible fuel, you have more energy, you're stronger, and you think quicker. And I think that that's absolutely true in just, you know, stress release and making sure that, you know, your body is doing what it should be doing for you, so that your personal brand can really exude what you want it to achieve. So some kind of tips here on reducing stress within your personal brand is being absolutely clear on your goals and who you are and who you are presenting. Fuel your body with the right nutrients. Take care of your skin. Stay hydrated. Spend time in nature, you know, nature walks and being outdoors as much as you can. If your day is getting ahead of you, take the time out, walk around the block if that's all you have time for. There is always time for us to take care of ourselves. Meditation's a fantastic tool just to remind yourself to be in the present moment, and movement or exercise, having a gratitude practice. First, we really make our habits, and then our habits can make us. So, you know, things like what Silvana's going to explain to you a little bit more about, but plan out your wardrobe, you know, reduce those stresses out, know who you're presenting, have those clothes ready, and away you go.
I'd like you to just, you know, you can do it now or later when you open your actually open your wardrobe. You know, for me, a huge thing in the wardrobe, not just what is in there, the content, but how you feel about it and how organized is that. Because I'm a truly believer in feng shui. It's applied to everything, but especially to the wardrobe, because according to feng shui, this ancient Japanese technique, the wardrobe corresponds to the mind. So you see a great connection there, that sometimes you open your wardrobe and, you know, you immediately feel the energy emanating from there. So close your eyes, open your wardrobe, and just feel the energy emanating from it, like for a minute or two, and then you open your eyes and then you feel the same, like, and visually, don't think, just feel if it really represents you. Is it your best version, right? Is it you there? So that's extremely important, because your wardrobe is you, is how you show up in the world. And it's how you feel, it's how people feel, you know, when they see you. And it's like the thought process is really quick. We know that it's a question of seconds. So put an effort there, like plan in advance, because, you know, like when we don't do, we're just at the mercy of people's judgment. So take that to your control. That's extremely important to do. And the reason why we want to do that is because we want to, next please, is to dress impeccably. Dress impeccably, many people may, you know, think different things about this, but in a nutshell, dressing impeccably is dressing for your specifics. There's nothing more to it. It's dressing for your body type, for your coloring, for your budget, for your lifestyle, for yourself. And like, that's why I said, don't copy anybody else, because that won't work, especially when you focus on personal branding. So to illustrate that, have a look at somebody who's dressed impeccably. It doesn't need to be dressed up. It's not dressed up in a nightgown or high heels, you know, like it doesn't necessarily need to be any of that. It's dressed for your body type, for, you know, for your specifics, like I said. And you will know that this person won't leave anything to chance. It doesn't stop from the neck up or down. Everything is cohesive. That's another keyword in personal branding. It has to be cohesive. It doesn't mean that you have to dress the same way all the time, but if you're dressing for your body type, don't forget about your hair, don't forget about makeup. It doesn't need to be anything too made up if it's not you. But a nice skin, a glowy skin, healthy look skin, hair, again, it doesn't need to be like you tried too hard, or, you know, like you spent hours in a salon or anything. No. It's just healthy looking, and just enhancing. Look, and it's completely democratic. It doesn't come with a size. It doesn't come with price tag. You can achieve that on a budget. You just have to be friends with a tailor. Sometimes it's extremely important. And get your coloring right. I mean, I don't mean to be a slave of color, but don't think that black is the solution. Like people think, oh, I'm gonna dress black from head to toe. It's not good for their well-being. It's not good, you know, like it's got cultural connotations. Black's not for everybody. It makes people age if it's worn in the wrong way. So learn a little bit of guidance about your personal coloring. It doesn't need to be, okay, these are my 10, 20 colors that I have to wear and I can't wear anything else. No, just a couple of guidance, and you get the colors that are favorite for you, because they can do magic. If you wear your color in a monochromatic, it's better than wearing all black. It's as slimming as and more flattering than. So this is just an example of what clothes can do for you. And I'm not even, you know, like I'm just using the fit here. I'm not even going into patterns and colors and other, you know, other elements of style. So only cut already makes you look the way you want, slimmer, taller, younger. Like she looks like she's 20. The one at the right looks like she's 20 years younger, the same girl. So it's unbelievable how we can achieve with clothes, just with cut. Mind you, with the other elements together.
So we've really talked through a lot there about creating a great foundation for your body, for your skin, dressing to your body type and knowing who you are, and what you want to show as a personal brand. So here we're going to talk a little bit about creating your signature style, and I loved Silvana mentioned a little bit about, you know, your wardrobe and how do you feel when you open it. You know, how do you feel when you leave the bathroom in the morning? Like, it's so crucial to have a little bit of a mini detox throughout the year, not just for your body but for your skin and for all of the items that you've got in your wardrobe. Like, it's so crucial to cull out the things that no longer work for you. And here we're going to talk about creating that signature style. So you've got your shapes, your outfit, it's time to dress your skin, and really here we're going to touch on enhancing your inner beauty and just finding that signature style that works for you. Have a fun play with color, and really just build your confidence through trialing what works for every different type of skin. We're all so very different, and what we feel comfortable in is incredible, but makeup doesn't have to be, you know, outrageous. It can just be something to completely enhance your skin. And then, so here's a great picture. You know, this woman has really just focused on evening out her skin tone, adding a little pop of color, defining her eyes, her lips, and her brows to give her that kind of polished look. So she's done for the day. She's absolutely beautiful, whichever way she puts, but I love that this just enhances her natural beauty. So, you know, having a great base and having your skincare worked out so your skin is really doing what it should be doing for you and glowing. You know, it just, everything from within works together. And then it's just, you know, priming your skin with a simple skincare routine, starting your day with, you know, makeup can be really simple as 5 steps. So even the skin tone with foundation, polish the brows with a pencil or a brush, just so it's kind of clean. Enhancing your lashes with mascara, it's so easy. Do that swipe. You know, some people say, I don't want a big routine, and you don't need one. You can just really simplify your steps. Adding some colors to your cheeks to just kind of rosy things up with a bit of blush, and then finishing your look with that signature color lip. And it can be from neutral to crazy colors. And this is great little like depiction of color, and enhancing the colors and using what you're actually wearing to give a pop of color here and there. So she's gorgeous. She's one face, but with lots of different types of look. So so obviously beauty, like we've discussed, it starts from within, and then it can change with the colors that you're wearing, and we can really have fun with that. So you'll note when she's wearing her peach top over here, she's got a really nude lip, and just really simple eyes as well. Here she's picked up the color tones in her outfit with a brighter kind of pink lip, which is a little bit more fun, and she's got her hair up so she's a bit sassy. And then, you know, she's contrasting that deep red lip with quite a casual looking top, but with the stripe works really beautifully. And then she's gone with obviously that darker style here, eye with a dark top. So I think, you know, Silvana will agree that you can kind of enhance your wardrobe a little bit and play with those colors so that you can change up your look. And then here we just talk a little bit about like the color of our eye and how that can work with different tones. So oh sorry, I'll go back one. So for brown colored eyes, colors like purple, teal, silver, and blue can work, and blending a combination of some of them can work really nicely. For blue eyes, we love to pick up those warm shades like copper, brown, cooler blues, and maybe a silver, depending on the look of what you're going for. And green eyes, pinks work beautifully, and then bronze or gold as a kind of a little bit of a shimmer as well, can kind of just amplify your look and your style. And this just gives you a little bit of an example. So just before and then after with a little bit of purple here. And then like once we've got your base, you can really work from there, and we can layer your makeup. So, you know, having going from day to night, like it's very simple with just adding that kind of mascara in for a bolder look, and then popping the lips with a bit of a color. So it's like just an enhancement of that's your style, but it's just figuring out what signature style is for you, because red lips don't work for everyone. Not everyone loves red lips, you know. I tend to go with like a warmer pinky browny kind of color. It works for me more, but red lips is something kind of, you know, if I'm really going out, I'll try. So it really depends on you and what you're comfortable with, but we want to build your confidence with using makeup in a way that can enhance your personal style and your personal brand. So, you know, everything to just empower yourself, you know, feel confident with trying out different things, express your own personality, and showcase your unique way by flourishing with a cleaner inside and out. So your signature look really should just complement your wardrobe, enhance and polish your overall look, and just give you that boost of confidence when you leave the bathroom in the morning, like, oh, I feel great. I feel like my best self. So, simple things, you know, like just creating those daily habits and sticking to a simple skincare and makeup regimen can really kind of boost that confidence, and you get more confident with it as you go. And changing sometimes is really, really helpful after being in the same way for a little while too.
It's important to play with looks, and you know, practice with makeup. And one thing I would like to mention with makeup is it applies for clothes as well in terms of coloring. So you really need to know, and Kobe's gonna correct me if I'm wrong here, but we really have to know two things: your undertone and your tone, right? So your undertone won't change. You were born with that. You either cool, neutral, or warm. And that's easy to detect. You can have a look at your veins here. If they're more olive, got some orange warmth to it, it means you are warm. If it's blue, you are cool. And if it's not very clear, you can put a white piece of paper next to your face and see, you know, compared to the white paper, if you're more yellow or more bluish. And that will tell you if you are warm or cool or more neutral. And that will dictate the colors, not dictate, but will help you with, you know, like color science, right? If you put a yellow top like that right around your face and you were cool, that will clash, because we reflect the light right back on your face, and you cast those yucky shadows, which can, you know, highlight deep fine lines and things like that, and things that we don't want. So when you wear the right colors, especially around your face, don't need to worry about what you're wearing at the bottom, because they won't reflect the light at your face. But just use that as a guideline. The other aspect is your tone, because the tone can change throughout the year, get, you know, darker in summer months and cooler in winter. So that will determine the depth of the color you wear. And even if you get your hair dyed, or you go, you know, gray, we age, right? Some people choose to be natural gray, and that change their tone. So they become more silver, and other colors will suit them. So that's just roughly a guideline for colorings that will guide you with makeup as well. Right, fantastic, Kobe. Now we're pretty, and that for me, it's extremely important to not just leave the house or leave the bathroom feeling happy, but feeling happy looking at yourself in the mirror. That's embracing yourself. We age, let's celebrate the changes. We go through so many changes in our lives as women: puberty, pregnancy, menopause, all that. Let's not lose track of those changes, and let's celebrate them. And because, you know, like playing catch up can be a bit complicated at the end. All right. Another very, very important aspect of personal brand is being authentic, like I said. If you are an extrovert person, for example, don't try to be someone who you're not. Congruency and authenticity are keywords in personal branding. So people who love you, like I said, your clients, your followers, your employees, your bosses, your superiors, they like you for who you are, right? And it's really, really hard to wear a mask. Today we have to wear masks, unfortunately, for other reasons. But don't wear a mask in terms of your personality. Don't try to hide. Don't try to be who you are not. You're gonna get caught. So that's extremely important to think about, you know, who you are in terms of your personal branding. And the important part, right? We went through so much. We learned, you know, what works for us in terms of our body type. We learned a bit of coloring, how to look after our skin, and because, you know, a good makeup only starts with good skin. So to wear a nice outfit, you have to have a good foundation, a good body. And that don't mean just, you know, a sculptural body, but a body that is strong, that it's healthy, and that, you know, help you, you know, achieve your goals. And the pieces that will be the core of your wardrobe, it's important to have a core wardrobe, because then you don't need to be, you know, thinking about, you know, if when you have a too broad of a wardrobe, you don't focus, you lose focus. So first of all, get rid of everything that you don't like, that you haven't worn in a long time. Get rid of everything, give it your wardrobe a good cleanse, painting if need be, just, and mentalize all the negatives and the things that all the accumulation of things that are being stuck in your wardrobe in the form of energy, because that's all there is, right? It's like putting too much clothes in the washing machine. It won't clean properly when it's too cluttered. Like the energy doesn't breathe. So less is always more. And once you've done that, focus on the pieces you need. This is just an example here, but in a nutshell, your obviously it's personal. The number, the coloring is going to be personal. The fit's going to be personal. But these pieces should be consist of 80%. This core wardrobe should consist of 80% of your wardrobe, and they should be classic pieces. Classic perennial pieces that will stand the test of time, that will never come out of style. So this should be the core of the wardrobe. And then obviously with the 20% remaining, and then you put your signature, and then you play with trends here and there, and so on and so forth. But this core wardrobe is supposed to talk to each other. So all the pieces, they go with each other easily, in a very quickly, like especially in the morning when you're pressed for time and you start thinking, oh my god, my makeup, my hair, breakfast for the family and all that, what am I going to wear? I'm getting late for that important meeting, and then you just grab anything, and out the door you go, and then you start feeling bad that you're not feeling comfortable. Eliminate all of that from your life. Plan ahead your wardrobe. Invest in a few pieces that will be reliable at all times. So these pieces are obviously a nice white shirt, a nice coat, skirts, cardigans, a nice pantsuit, a nice dress, blouses, and separates, and obviously the accessories, which are divided into summer and winter. The older we have, the older we are, the best quality bags should be more structured. They should be more investment pieces. And obviously shoes have to be very comfortable, because you spend hours, it's your health, right? You spend hours in them. So don't try to wear too much, too high heels or things too fashionist. These pieces, when you get the pieces right, they multiply, right? Like I said, all the pieces talk to each other. If you go back one slide, so just for a moment, go. So the shirt goes with, the suit, and the dress goes with a denim jacket on a weekend, and with the sneakers and your weekend. And if you want to wear at the office, you just put a jacket on and the pumps, and office ready. The blouse is nice with the skirt, and like you get that all these pieces, because they're neutral, they're classics, they go with each other. And then the next one please. And then you see that only 12 pieces of clothes can make up to 40 different outfits. That's unbelievable. So 4 bottom parts, 2 tops, 2 jackets, 2 blazers and 2 coats, for example, or you can interchange that, 2 dresses. Anyway, 12 pieces, you make 40 different outfits. It's worth of 2 months of outfits if you get these pieces. And they can even go further if you add accessories to them, where they completely change again, right? And you can change your hair, and you can change your makeup, completely different again. So by that, I mean, like, you need more than you think. You need way less than you think you do. So finally, we get our wardrobe sorted. It's clean, it's organized. We know what works for us. We are playing with makeup a little bit more. It doesn't need to be a lot. Like makeup is just, the secret to makeup is just blending, blending, and blending more. That's all there is. You know, and the colors is just a question of preference as well. You can have a, you know, something with your, you know, create a signature look. But so how you want to, you know, it's time to start thinking about how you want to be perceived, and how people perceive you. So the more conservative, obviously depends on your area. The more conservative, the darker solid colors, you know, the more conservative you should dress. And if you are in this industry, and obviously you want to wear black, for example, try to avoid black around your face. Like she's doing a great example here. She's wearing a bit of V-neck here, showing skin. When you're wearing a black monochromatic outfit, showing skin in the right places is absolutely key. So the right places are around your neck, a bit of arms, and the slimmest part of your body, the slimmest part of your legs, the slimmest part of your arms. If you have a waist, highlight that waist. And break the blackness a little bit in forms of a scarf or jewelry. If you are warm, go for golden jewelry. If you're cool, go for silver jewelry. And break the blackness a little bit. Another trick for wearing black is playing with textures as well, different fabrics. That's extremely important when it comes to black. Otherwise you look older, and in some cultures, black is for widows. So we have to think that we are not living in a bubble. We deal with different cultures. So we really have to think about that. Unless you are Steve Jobs, right? And then you wear a turtleneck every day and you couldn't care less. But if you are in the process of building a brand, it's important for us to think of who we are interacting with to create the empathy, followers, whomever it is. If you aim to be a bit more approachable, lighten up the colors and soften up the fabrics. So if you're a girl, play with a little bit of, you know, puffy sleeves, or if you're a romantic, or frills, something a bit more flowy. Doesn't need to be too girly, right? Always think of balance here. So you're playing with a cute skirt like she's doing, a very feminine, but she's wearing a nice shirt, like a more neutral shirt. It's not girly from head to toe. Think about that as well. If you're a boy, yes, ditch the jacket, the tie, but keep the fit very, very nice and well-fitting. And then it's extremely important to think about your signature, something that really people will remember you by. Like I said, you build the foundation of your wardrobe with classics. But wearing classics from head to toe can be a bit monotonic, a bit boring even. So you really have to think about the 20% remaining as your signature look. Don't be too concerned about wearing the same pieces at all the time. If it works, don't play with it. Don't mess with it. So think about a collar or a piece of jewelry or an accessory or a trend piece that will really represent you. Like, for example, now you have, you know, the muscle t-shirts, you know, coming from the 80s back. Think about that. Is that for you? Does it really represent you? Or is you just buying it because everybody else is doing? If you have wide shoulders, is it going to look good on you? No. Right? Think about, you know, put thought on that, and only use something that will really represent you and will enhance you, not work against you. So that's extremely important to have that in mind. So some love that some clients are spreading out there, and completely different girls. You know, like personal brand, when you're thinking about creating an image even for, you know, your website or for your book cover or social media, or even, you know, for you when you see a client or, you know, either virtually or in person, you know, your attitude and your clothes and your posture and your facial expression, everything has to be cohesive, right? And you have to think about all these aspects. And when it's in photo, you're not, you only have your clothing and your facial expression and your pose. That's all you have to work with. So that's extremely important to get it right. And that's all for us this evening, ladies. I'm really, really thankful for your attendance tonight. And off to you, Code.
Yeah, thank you, Silvana, and thank you for your amazing knowledge on all of those different topics and how we can kind of enhance our personal brand. Guys, thank you for joining us. We're thrilled that you've been here, and we hope that we've instilled a bit of a holistic approach to how you can improve, enhance, or create a new personal brand for yourself, starting from the inside out. So we've got a few gifts for you here. So Silvana is offering for you to book a 30-minute free consultation with her on personal styling and enjoy 30% off her Style Your Brand package as part of our launch. And then with me, I'm really open to lots of different consultations, but I'd like you to book in a free skin or beauty consultation with me to talk through what works for you, what doesn't, and how I could help you. And also I do a healthy living program. So if you'd like some more information on that, I can do a free info talk as well. And then obviously there's mind, body and skin products that I have. So I'm happy to offer 20 to 40% off. And we can go from there. But thank you so much for listening in, guys. We hope this has proved.
We're opening for questions.
Yes,
and well, if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them.
So there should be a Q&A box there. So if you've got any information or any questions you'd like to ask us, we can stay on for the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes even, and we're happy to answer any questions you might have about the presentation. Leave it there. Can you see anything come through there, Silvana? I've got it open, but
so can chat, right? I'm giving them the chat.
Yeah.
So I open your channels for chat. We're happy for you to.
Oh, thanks, Tiana. Thanks for listening in. She said no question, but that was fantastic. Thank you. Oh, very happy that you joined us. Thank you, Tiana.
Well, we're happy to answer any question via email as well if you would like to.
Absolutely. And follow us for updates.
Welcome, Amanda.
We'll just stay on a few more minutes. If anyone else has got questions, just shout out. Okay, perhaps we'll leave it there. But thank you all for joining us. Thanks, Silvana. I love doing this with you.
Yeah, it was lovely. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks, Cobe. It was awesome.
Pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.